This is a playthrough video to show you my new game that I have made for the BGG contest of a 9 card micro game contest. Alright, so let's just hop on to it. So here you are, you have a game rulebook in the tablet, so you can use that to you know go through the rulebook. It's not a big rule book. It has around 5 pages, everything explained inside, and I'm just gonna remove it because I don't need it right now. And here you have a unit chart which you can use to quickly see unit their strengths, their modifiers, movements and range for enemy, for German units and for the units used in this game. I already made a Stalingrad map, although you can actually change this a bit. So for instance, this is the classical setup. You have 2 enemy spawn points and you have your spawn points for Soviets, and that's it. Basically this is a part of the sector of the Stalingrad city which you have to defend against the enemy invaders. Now if you want to change this, I would suggest that you unlock the card, so you can do something like this. You can flip. You always have to have spawn point 1 and spawn point 2 for the enemy. Now you can make something like this. This is a bit different settings. So for instance, let's actually use this. So I'm gonna lock this. And if you want to play an easy game, you should only have 1 spawn point, because it is harder for enemies to actually capture 1 spawn point. If there are 2, then you really need to move around and defend both of them. So for instance, if you flip these cards, you have 2 spawn points, but I wouldn't suggest this. The game is really hard as it is, because this is a solo game. So let's maybe make a city something like this. So my point is going to be here, and this will be a clear part of the city. So I'm going to lock these cards. Then we're gonna do a game setup. So first of all, you're gonna place a sniper, which represents you, onto the Soviet spawn point, and then you're gonna search this bag for 2 enemy regular units, just soldiers, and you're gonna place them on each spawn point for the Germans. That's how the game is set. This Soviet soldier will be introduced later. I'll explain how that happens. And we have 2 dices that we use in the game. One is d6 and one is the focus die. Now these are the action cards. So let me explain what we have here. These action cards have three types of information on them. If you rotate them like this will be your setup for the current turn. Now what this means is, whenever you have this symbol, this means the enemies are alerted to your presence. So when you finish your attack, if you don't manage to kill the enemy, he's gonna retaliate. He's gonna either move toward you or he's gonna shoot at you, depending if he has range to shoot or to move. These 3 bullets means I have 3 attacks. So basically I can shoot 3 times on one enemy, or maybe 2 times on one enemy and 1 time on another. 2 supplies gives me option to move 2 spaces. So more supplies, I can move more spaces on the map. And as you can see, spaces on the map, some are connected and they are in different colors, and some of them has some modifiers. So for instance, this means this is the building. It has you can hide inside, and your strength that you can actually see on this token. So for instance, my strength is 4+. So if enemy wants to kill it, they need to roll either 4, 5 or 6. But if I'm hidden inside a building, it gives me +1 more strength. So in this case they will need to roll 5 or 6 to kill me. While in the open ground, my strength actually goes down because I'm overexposed. So on the open ground, this goes, you can actually see it on this chart. So for the sniper, actually my strength modifier +2, and on the open ground is just 0. I forgot that I'm actually better than the enemy's sniper. But actually they are the same. I totally forgot how I made this chart. But yes, I have a +2 to strength when I'm in buildings and 0 when I'm on the open ground. Alright, so what else we have on these cards? So if you rotate card like this is how you activate the enemy units. So first of all, if you ever see reinforcements, that means you're gonna have to pull one token from the bag and place it on the number of the spawn points which is set here, in this case 2. I'm gonna shuffle this back because you always have to shuffle all the tokens inside because pulling them are random. Then sorry, each of these units gonna activate. So regular German soldiers, their tanks and their officers gonna activate if they're on the board, and they're gonna move toward the closest these color points. So for instance, if I have soldiers here, the closest red points for these soldiers here, and these German soldiers actually move, as you can see they have 2 movement and but they have 1 range. So in this case, when they activate, this German soldier is going to move here, and this German soldier, well, because this spot is occupied, he will not go there. He will actually go to the second red spot that is the closest one, and it is this one. So this guy is going to move like this. So this is how the movement works. Alright, let's put this back and let's play a few rounds. So at the beginning, you're gonna shuffle these cards. There are 5 action cards. You're gonna draw 1 and not gonna use this turn, because we only use 4 cards each round. Then you're gonna pull 2 cards from the deck and you're gonna look at them and decide which one you want to use as your setup, like on this ribbon, and which one you want to use for the enemy activation and the special property for that turn. So let's see, in this case I'm gonna use this setup for my so in this case I'm using this part of the card. So the enemy is gonna be alerted. I'm gonna have 1 attack, but I'm gonna have 1 health, which means if they attack me, I can survive 1 hit. I'm also gonna be able to use the focus die. I'm gonna explain how that works, and I'm gonna have 2 supplies to move. And this card you set like this, and this will be the enemy activation. So let's go from the enemy activation right now, because enemies always activate before you. So first of all, we have reinforcements 2. So we're gonna put 1 token. Alright, that's a sniper, and we're gonna place them on this spot. Now when the new reinforcements come, they're gonna push units that are already there toward my base. Now the closest movement toward my base, and they're gonna be pushed only 1 space. They're not gonna utilize full move. So the closest way toward my base is actually this way, but he's just gonna move on this blue spot. And we place the 1 sniper here. That's the reinforcements that enemy get. After that, we're gonna activate all these. Now we don't have officers and we don't have any general on board. And actually, to win this game, you have to kill general, but they don't come up in the game right from the start. He's set up here, and only when you kill 2 officers, the general is gonna actually get to the battlefield to see what's going on. So right now my first mission is to kill 2 officers to attract the general, and then if I kill the general, I win the game. Alright, so let's activate now the soldiers. So this guy is gonna move toward the closest green space, in which case this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is gonna move toward here. He's gonna utilize his full movement, 1, 2, and he's in the building, which means he has let's see, he has +1 to his strength. Then the second soldier is gonna move, and the closest green spot is here, so 1, 2, and he's on the open ground. So now I can also, I have this special ability. I have a Molotov cocktail which give me +2 attack die against tanks till the end of this turn, but we don't have any tanks. Anyway, only with the Molotov cocktail is actually possible to kill a tank, because with my rifle I can't do it. Alright, I have a focus and I have 1 attack, so I need to think where should I try to go and what should I try to do. Now I have 2 supplies, so I can move twice. If I want to attack this German soldier, his strength, let's see I move toward him, so 1, 2, and I'm on the exposed ground, so I have 0 to my modifier. Enemies also are alerted. When enemies are alerted, if you attack them, this icon represents that the enemies are alerted. So if the enemies are alerted, and if I attack this soldier and don't manage to kill him, he's gonna, if he can shoot at me, but he has a range 1, so he can shoot up to here. So he will not be able to shoot, but in that case he will choose to move. Now because he has movement 2, if I don't manage to kill this enemy, he's gonna move here and then on top of me. Whenever enemy move on top of you, you are immediately captured and killed. So I don't want that, because if I miss the shot, I'm gonna be captured, killed right from the start. Now the problem is, if I had more attacks, I would actually try to do this. Also, because range between me and the enemy is actually one spot. You can see between him and me, there is one spot here. Each of these spots adds to his strength, because as the range is, as is he really far away, it's really hard for me to hit him. But with the focus die, we can actually remove this range modifier. So let's see what we have on the focus die. First of all, if you roll 1, this will immediately activate the enemy. He will either move toward you or he's gonna shoot toward you. So this is like a special alert icon, but if you roll this, it's really bad for you, because the enemy is gonna activate before you manage to kill him, unless you actually get enough on the dice. But in this case, I can kill this enemy only if he has a +1 strength, so that's 4, and +1 for the range, that's 5. So only if I roll 5 or 6, I would be able to kill him. So if I roll something like this, even if he's alerted, I will be able to kill him before he actually managed to get to me. But that's a really high roll that I need to get. But if I roll something like this gives me 1 focus, which will remove this range, which will also remove 1 strength from the German soldier. So in this case he will be 4 or more. So if I roll 4, 5 or 6, I will be able to kill him. There is another one of these icons. Then this will remove 2 range. Now this will also help me out, but it will not remove the modifier of the building. This just removes the range. On 5 we have a reroll of the focus die, so whenever I roll this, I can reroll the focus die. And on 6, this will remove all the range between me and the target. So for instance, if I was like something here and I roll something like this, I only take into account the modifier of the building. So if I roll 4, 5 or 6, I can kill enemy right from here. So this is like a long shot that you manage to do with your sniper rifle. So yeah, the focus die is really good. But let's get back. So because right now I don't want to risk it, I'm just gonna move twice, 1, 2 here inside this building, where I have +2, so my strength is now 6, and that will end my turn. Now I can I can try to shoot some of these enemies. That will bring their attention, but at least only if I get something like 4, 5 or 6 on the dice and this symbol, I will be able to kill one of the enemies. So let's try actually. I'm gonna try to shoot the sniper, because he's really far away. So if he moves, and he moves sniper move once, that will not be a problem. So I'm shooting at the sniper. Let's try. Oops, alright, so 5 is not enough, because as you can see, there is a lot of range between me and him. Only if I got that long shot, I will be able to kill him. This will actually be able, if I got on that long shot on the die, I would be able to kill him. But instead of that, he got alerted and he's gonna move, because as you can see, sniper has a range 2, so I'm out of his range. In this case, he will just move toward me, because he heard the shot and he moved here. So that's the end of 1 turn. We take the use the cards and draw to another one, and then we again choose our our setup supplies. And in this case I think I'm gonna choose this setup. So I'm gonna have two shots to kill something, I'm gonna have a focus, and I'm gonna be able to move 3 times. But before that we do the Germans advance. So first of all I have another reinforcements on the spot 2. So let's see what. Oh, this is actually enemy bombardment. Now how this work? Well, this airplane is basically gonna fly all over the complete sector and bombard everything that is not hidden inside the building. So for instance, that means even the German units are now in trouble, because when the bombardment happens, everything that is on the open ground and not in the building is not safe. It's good that I'm in the building, so I'm safe. This soldier is safe, but these two, this sniper and this soldier, are not safe. So we're gonna roll for them. So let's hope the bombardment actually is gonna remove some enemies from this sector. So let's do first this soldier. Oh, 6. So to kill him I needed 3 or more. I got 6, so this soldier just died from the enemy, from his own bombardment. I'm gonna place this here. Now let's roll for this sniper. 5. He's also dead. So both of the enemy soldiers actually die from their friendly fire. Basically bombs fell on them. Alright, that's actually pretty good for me. Now I will set this aside, because there is a rule in the game: whenever 3 or more soldiers or 3 or more snipers are dead, I can actually get reinforcements. Right now I have only 1 of them. So each sorry, each unit you destroy or is destroyed, each token is used, you place it right beside the board, because they will not get reshuffled back into the bag until I'm actually managed to kill 2 officers and the general enters the fray. Then all the tokens gonna get back into the bag and except the officers. So that's how it works. Alright, let's see what I have this turn. I have a we have a deadly ground, which means all German forces have -1 to strength if they are in the open. So right now, well, I don't have any Germans in the open right now. But I will try to remove this soldier. Now, he is not alerted. There is no alerted icon, so even if I shoot him, he will not activate. So this is a good time I actually try to kill him. So I'm gonna get as close as I can. So let's go like this: 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now the range between him and me is again 1, and as you know, that will add to his strength. Sorry. His strength right now is, because he's in the building, he has +1 to strength, so that's 4, and +1 range, that's 5. So I need to roll 5 or 6, but I have my focus dice, so let's hope for a good roll. So my first shot, this will remove the range, which is good, and this is enough to kill him, because right now only a building modifier apply. He has 4 or more strength. I got a 4 on dice, he's dead. So I kill another German soldier. Good for me. And there is no any enemies, so I can't use my second attack for anything. So I'm just gonna discard these cards. Then we reshuffle the action deck, draw 1 card that we not use, and then again draw 2 cards. And again we're gonna choose what we want to use. This is actually good. Alright, I think I'm gonna use this setup and discard. So enemy is gonna be alerted. I have 3 attacks and have 2 supplies to move. Now first of all we're gonna have reinforcements on the spot 1, so let's see what we got. Oh, we got an officer, so he probably came to see what's going on, where are the enemy forces. After that we're gonna activate these units, but we don't have any of these units on the board, so nothing will actually move. And I have a special Ability Hidden and Dangerous. All Soviet forces have +1 strength in the housing. So for right now, if I'm in the house, I have 7 strength, which is pretty good. Okay, let's get closer to this officer and try to kill him. I don't have a focus die, and I have only 2 uh, supplies to move. Now, it's very dangerous if I move too close to the spawn point, or should I do it? Okay, I'm gonna actually move closer. 1, 2. I'm gonna hide in this building. And that's all I can do. Because I don't have a focus die, I can't kill this enemy like using a long shot. So let's discard these 2 cards and let's see what else we can use for the second turn. Okay, I'm gonna use this setup and use this. So first of all, I have 3 bullets to attack. 3 times I can shoot on one target or 2 different targets. I have a focus die right now, but I have only 1 supply to move. Now we're gonna have reinforcements too, which means 1 reinforcement here, just a soldier, and then we're gonna activate soldier and the officer. That's what we have right now. So the soldier is gonna go to the closest green spot, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's gonna go here. He's gonna move twice. 1, 2, he enters this building. And then the officer is gonna move toward the closest red spot. Now officers move only 1 space. So the closest red spot is here. He's just gonna move from his spawn point here. Alright, now it is my turn. So I can shoot at this enemy and he's not alerted, so he's not gonna shoot back. So yeah, let's try that. I'm not gonna use a focus die. Now the problem is he's in the building, so his strength is actually 4. So I need 4, 5 or 6 to kill him. Okay, that's a miss. I'm gonna shoot again. That's a kill. So I kill another enemy soldier. I just killed 3, this bombardment actually helped. Since I killed the 3 enemy soldiers, I can actually introduce my reinforcements. So I just got some reinforcement soldiers, which I can also move around and use like characters to kill some other soldiers. Alright, that's pretty good. I still have a 1 shot. So I'm gonna try the long shot toward the officer. I use a focus and this dice. Alright, that's not enough because this will remove 1 range. And the officer right now, his strength is 5 plus these 2 range. That's 7 and I got a 6. So too bad. I just couldn't do it. He was too far away, but still good try. Alright, that was that. So let's again shuffle these cards. And I'm just gonna play 1 more turn. This will not be a full playthrough because I don't want this movie to be too big. Alright, so again, we're gonna draw 1 card that we not use, and then draw 2. Let's see what we can do to kill this officer. Alright, gonna use this as a setup, gonna use this as a activation. Right now there is no any reinforcement, so, and I took this card because I saw that the officer is gonna actually get closer to me. So the officer is gonna activate and move here. Good thing he's on the open ground. So his modifier right now is -1, so his strength is 4. So if I get 4, 5 or 6 I can kill him. I have 1 supply so I can get closer, so I'm gonna move here, these buildings, and I have a focus die and 3 chances to kill him. So let's try that. Right from here I can do a shot. I'm sure I can kill him. Wow, that's really good. So this completely removed the range and I got a 5. His strength right now is 4, so I have more than enough. I killed him with my first bullet. So the officer is dead. That's 1 of the 2 officers. If I kill another officer, the general is gonna enter the play and then I can actually try to kill him. Alright, because this is actually going pretty good, I'm gonna continue. Because so far I didn't manage to win this game once. It's really hard game. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, I'm gonna use this as a setup because I don't want any reinforcement on spot 1. So the enemy is gonna be alerted. I don't actually have any enemies, which is pretty good, but I'm gonna get some. So we're gonna have reinforcements on 1. Got the sniper, and he will actually activate. As you can see here, he's gonna go move toward the closest red spot. He moved twice. Yes, his movement. Oh no, his movement is 1. So he's just gonna move here. He has a range too, which is pretty bad, but he's on the open ground. I don't have any focus, but I have 3 movements, so let me think. Should I move? Actually, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna use my supply to move my ally, the Soviet soldiers. So I'm gonna move him 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna place it here, so it's 4 for now. And since he is out of the range, I don't have a focus die. I'm just not gonna shoot on the sniper. Right? Let's do one more turn actually. Right, so do one card that we don't use, and let's see these 2. Alright, I think I'm gonna use this as a setup. I'm gonna use this. We have a rough terrain this turn, so all German units have -1 to movement, so which means some of them will not be able to move, which is pretty good. But they will be alerted. But I have 2 shots and 2 supplies, which is not bad. Okay, reinforcements 1. Ooh, there's a panzer tank. Alright. And then activate soldiers. We don't have any soldiers. Activate snipers. Well, sniper can move only 1, and because we have a -1 to movement, he will not sorry, be able to move. But the tank will move toward the closest red spot. Now the tanks, as you can see, the speed of the tank is 3. They are pretty fast. But the problem with the tanks, they can't end their movement on the buildings. But this tank will actually not end the movement on the building because he's gonna go toward the closest red spot. So he will move 1, 2. He will not use all of his 3 movements because they stop when they come to the spot where their final destination. So this tank is right now on the open ground. But if this tank had to move toward the green spot, he will actually have to end his movement here because tanks can't move into buildings. They can only end movements on the open ground spots. Alright. Okay. So let's see, how can I have 2 supplies. If I move here, I will be close enough to kill this sniper, and because he's in the open, his strength is only 4. So I'm gonna use my 2 supplies. 1, 2. I'm really close to I'm really behind the enemy lines right now, but and the enemies are alerted. But since I'm gonna attack only sniper, the panzer tank will not retaliate because I'm not attacking panzer tank. I can't destroy it anyway because I can only do that with the Molotov cocktail, which I don't have right now. But I could be in trouble right now, but we'll see. This is pretty risky, but I want to kill this sniper. Alright, so no focus, just 3 shots. If I don't manage to kill him in 3 shots, he will retaliate and he can actually kill me because I'm right now in the exposed ground. But let's try it. I'm risking. So first shot, 4. I managed to kill him on the first shot. Bam. Alright. Now I'm not gonna spend other shots to shoot at the tank because I can't destroy the tank with my rifle, and I don't have means to destroy it right now. So let's just finish this round and see what will happen. Alright, so I'm gonna use this as my setup, and I'm gonna use this as for the Germans. I done that because I didn't want to move the tank, because tanks, if they move, as you can see on this card, just a second, in this case tank's gonna move toward our Soviet spawn points, and he moved 3 times, so he would move like 1, 1, 2, 3. He will end his movement there. Now if tanks move uh, besides you, it's okay, but if they end your movement on you, you're immediately dead. In this case, let me actually see which is the closest way over the spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he would actually move like this. 1, 2, and then he would have to stop because he can't move inside the buildings. But still, I don't want the tank to be too close to my spawn spot, because if I don't manage to kill him and the tank or any other unit enters your solid spawn spot, it's gonna capture it and you lose the game. By the way, you lose the game if you as a sniper die. You lose the game if you have 3 or more units on the same sector. So if this was occupied with 2 more units, I would actually lose the game, because I must protect every sector in this city. Alright, so this will be my setup, and since we don't have any of these units, nothing's gonna activate, while I can actually use some supplies to move my Soviet soldier. Now why am I moving them closer? Because whenever enemy units move onto the soldier, or soldier move into any other enemy units, they're gonna cancel each other, they're gonna destroy each other. So I'm actually using my soldier ally as a sacrifice, because I want to move him toward a tank, and you know he's gonna charge the tank and they will die together. Well, some sacrifices must be made. So I'm gonna use 2 supplies to move him. 1, 2. He's here, and it's okay. And I'm gonna actually end my game here on cliffhanger. If you are interested to see more playthrough, I'm gonna make another video where I'm gonna finish this playthrough, but I think this is enough to show you how the game works. This is pretty good for me. I mean, I'm doing alright. Just kill 1 officer, kill many soldiers. I don't need to fear from the bombardment, because there's only 1 bombardment inside the bag. So right now, inside this bag I have 5 more tokens, which are probably some more soldiers, and if I kill another officer, the general is gonna come out, and then if I kill him I can win the game. So I'm gonna stop here. You actually saw how this micro game works. So far I didn't have any problems with the rules, but if you try this mode, please send me, and find some problems, please send me feedback, because it is for the competition. I really want this to work as it should. So thank you for watching. If you like games I make, subscribe to my channel, and that's it for this night. Goodbye.